Now, at this time, I have the honor of presenting you the State of the Association address. As some of you know, I've traveled around the country during my first year of my presidency, often assuming the role of a mystery shopper or undercover boss. And I usually show up at a state convention or schools incognito. And it's only later, after I had some very engaged conversations, I have been enlightened by some of the things that I've heard. And let me let you know what I let folks in on. They'll say, PTA President? I say, that's usually the response. And they say, what school? And I said, National PTA President. And they said, really? I said, okay. And then the tone changes. And then the candid conversations about what PTA is doing right and what PTA can do better are not as candid anymore. If there's one thing that I have learned during my first year as PTA president is that the really good conversation comes early. That's when I really learned the most about what our members are looking for in this great association. And from me as a leader, to me, leadership is the most important thing for any organization, whether you're running a local PTA, a faith group, or military unit. Why is that? Because leadership sets the tone. It sets the climate for your people and for your organization. 8 years ago, I was a local unit president, leading a handful of dedicated parents. Y'all heard that local unit presidents? 8 years ago. I sort of thought and acted a little differently than past leaders this year. I didn't accept the way things were done simply because that's the way we always did things. Some of my ideas have worked, and others didn't work as well as I would have liked them to. But throughout my years at PTA, I have tried to do what was good, honest, and forthright for this association. I'm here today one year into my term as president because you and I understand that to make every child's potential a reality, you need creative leadership to sometimes shake things up a little bit. And sometimes you have to ask the tough questions, and you have to seek answers to elusive answers. Make no mistakes. In the process, you're going to make some people uncomfortable. Trust me, if you're not doing right by our children, I or we will be the first to make you feel really uncomfortable. And this past year, that's what we've done. We have become more powerful advocates on Capitol Hill, in state houses, and at city halls and schools around the country. I want you to give yourselves a hand for shaking things up this year in your nation. The mission of National PTA is and will always be to make every child's potential a reality by engaging and empowering families and communities and to advocate for all children. And to that end, we have charted a new course that I believe has bolstered our power and our reach. And today I'm with you in the heart of Texas to report that the state of our association is transforming and the state of our association is getting better. Thank you for that work. But our work is really only beginning. Transforming today's PTA into tomorrow's PTA will require work, lots of hard work. But as the past year has shown me, we're definitely up for the challenge. Let's look at the past year. It has been a year of advocacy. We were on the forefront on the Family Engagement and Education Act. After pushing and prodding, after building coalitions and teaching and tearing down myths, we successfully helped get this act introduced to the Senate and the House of Representatives. Give yourselves a round of applause for that work that we've done as a team. I think one of the most critical pieces of legislation introduced in the last decade. It embeds family engagement into the different levels of the Elementary and Secondary Education Act. No Child Left Behind, as some of you all know it. And it also comes to our children's education. It ensures that you are included in more phases in making these decisions in the process. National PTA was there working with Senators Jack Reed, Sheldon Whitehouse, Chris Coons, and Representatives Glenn Thompson and Carolyn McCartney to craft this legislation that uses the best practices that we have found most effective in parent engagement. This was a year of action. PTA leaders from across the country converged on Capitol Hill at the 2014 Legislative Convention to push for comprehensive education reform, fight sequestration, improve school safety, and student access to mental health services in the wake of different shooting tragedies around the country. Teach our kids, protect our kids, nurture our kids. That's all we're asking. Do that, and we can be the friendliest association around. Don't do that in Houston, or rather Austin. We have a problem. Here's a perfect example of who's doing right by our kids. This past year, National PTA strengthened its relationship with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Since launching the Common Core State Standards Initiative in 2009, we have worked together to expand the state standards. We're on the 5th wave now. What states have received grants to work Common Core? Woo! As part of your campaign, awareness campaign, National PTA and our hardworking volunteers nationwide has educated more than 3 million people on the importance of these standards and conducted more than 50,000 in-depth training. That's awesome. Give yourselves a hand. With Common Core, PTA is needed now more than ever. You may have heard a lot of things about Common Core, but there's one truth about it. National PTA supports this effort because it finally brings high and consistent standards to our education system that has fallen behind because of lack of high, consistent standards. It finally holds teachers, administrators, school boards accountable, and it gets our children ready for life after school, whether it's college or the workforce. So we support it. And high-quality early education legislation, like for the Strong Start for Our America's Children Act, because we have looked at the research and it shows, we've done our homework, and we know that it will benefit our children. We support comprehensive standards and good legislation that put our children first, plain and simple. You see, the only agenda we have as an association is doing what's best for our children. We have survived and thrived for over 118 years because our motives are pure and our interests are clear. Doesn't it feel good when you know that you're motivated by what's right? We do what we do because for passion, not for profit. So when you hear all of the fear-mongering about education reform, ask yourself 2 questions. Number 1, what's their angle? And number 2, what's their angle? And if it's not the well-being of your children, tell them we're not interested. Tell them that we weren't born yesterday. Tell them that we have more than a century of wisdom guiding us here. Tell them if they want to know what we stand for, Google the names of Alice McClellan Burney, Phoebe Apperson Hearst, and Selena Sloan Butler, our founders whose spirit still guides us today. At PTA, we have no time for angles. We advocate with a pure heart. We push for action and results that are right and just and fair. That's what PTA advocacy is all about at the end of the day. Last year was also a year of member engagement. In August, National PTA launched a Every Child in Focus, a campaign to celebrate the achievements and shine a light on the disparities within diverse populations. Each month, National PTA has spotlighted the educational issues surrounding different groups of students and parents to help us do a better job at addressing the needs of our children. Now, let me talk a little bit about Every Child in Focus. As president-elect, when I traveled around the country, I had parents say, well, what about my kid, Otha? What about my special needs child? What about this child, that child? So as I was coming, I said, I want to make sure that we cover every child. What about that urban child? What about that rural child? And that program has been awesome. It has really made a difference, and actually we rolled it out this year. It's going to roll out in our back-to-school kits. So let your local units know they will be receiving those kits this year. Some of them may have received them at this time. This campaign has been very successful, and for this school year, we're going to continue to work to expand the impact of Every Child in Focus. In April 2013, we also launched the National PTA School of Excellence program to help PTAs strengthen the family-school partnership and engage families in school improvements. The focus has been on 3 areas. Number 1, family engagement and student success, arts and cultural exploration, and health and safety. Some 175 PTAs partnered with schools to implement this program. And in August 2014, the first class of the new PTA Schools of Excellence received the designated awards. This program has really taken off. Last year, National PTA began a partnership with the National Football League for a Back to Sports initiative, which has helped PTAs throughout locally hosted events, educated communities on how to keep their children safer while playing sports. I spent some time heads-up football with NFL, going out with the athletes. I had to keep myself in shape, you know, stay up with those athletes. I only do a few push-ups, you know. But it's been a great program in encouraging physical fitness with our children. For several years, National PTA has supported families living in urban areas. They advocate for critical school improvements. In a short time, the association has strengthened the network and made access to multicultural resources that support student success, improve male engagement in children's education, and taught families and community leaders how to collaborate effectively with school administrators to make meaningful changes. In 2013, thanks to the funding from Target, we expanded our urban family engagement, adding 6 cities. Let me share an interesting fact with you. When the school doors open this fall, there will be the birth rate, according to U.S. Census, there will be more children of color born than others in this nation this fall. So as a national organization, the Every Child in Focus campaign and the different campaigns we're doing is to make sure that there is a voice for every child at the table. This year has been a year of thought leadership. In the past year, the association has stepped up its efforts to work with national consumer trade, online and local consumer media outlets to spread the word about the association's many efforts to take action and make a difference in the education, health, and welfare of all children. Hundreds of print, online, and broadcast news stories have run in the past year about PTA. In fact, National PTA, since June 2013, listen closely, has had 890 media impressions. Among the news coverage, National PTA was featured on NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams, and I had the honor of being recognized in Ebony magazine as one of the nation's 100 most influential African Americans. National PTA, thank you. National PTA was also highlighted in the Washington Post, USA News World Report, Huffington Post, and Education Week, and many other outlets. In our magazine, our children featured cover stories from amazing people like Tony Bennett, Warren Buffett, Alfred Woodard, Julie Bowen, and just on and on and on. They recognize the importance of the work that we're doing and the need to reach our members. And now, for the first time, you can get PTA information in real time with the launch of our terrific mobile app. Who has a mobile app already? Outstanding. You like it? Yep. Our volunteers and staff did a great job in making that happen. Thank you. Indeed, it's been a very busy year, and next year promises to be even busier. Let's give ourselves a hand for so many accomplishments for the past year. Oh, by the way, the reason I'm walking is because I'm trying to keep getting those steps up. Let's look at the year ahead. This year will be a year of membership, membership, membership. Everybody got that? We have made some progress in recent months. Just last week, when I was at National PTA headquarters, I took a quick peek at the membership numbers. I'm excited to share that there was a 14% more members reported this May compared to May of last year. We did a great job of promoting our 14 and 14 challenge and recruiting new members, and the numbers show it. Give yourselves a round of applause. But we still have work to do. I'm issuing a President's Challenge. I want us to work hard to not lose another unit to another organization. It will be tough. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If we focus on the efforts and creativity of PTA spreading the PTA gospel, we will make a concerted effort to let the parents and schools know that membership does have its privileges. And I have no doubt that we all can meet this goal this year. You elected me as your president because I'm a straight shooter, right? Well, let me give it to you straight. Unlike other parent organizations, PTA is on the front lines fighting for better schools, better teachers, better curriculums. We're out here honoring the artists in our children. We're protecting the athlete in our children. We're celebrating diversity in our children, and we're nurturing and challenging the student in our children. That's what you get for your PTA membership. You get an army of dedicated volunteers who will run through a brick wall for our children. You get an army of dedicated volunteers who will stand up to the most powerful politician, the biggest corporation, the shadiest special interest group to do the right thing by our children. Let's get out there and really tout what we're about as PTA. Let's get out there and really tout who we are. There's a reason that PTA gets the respect. PTA is honored and been supported as the most successful child advocacy organization in the world has ever seen. Let's get out there and tell the world who we are. I say we start today. Are you with me? Are you with me? When PTA decides to act, we are unstoppable. And right now, over the next 12 months, is the time for us to act. This is a pivotal moment and demands everything we can muster. I, for one, don't want history to show that we could have done more, and I could have been bolder, that you could have been a stronger voice. Now is the time. Now is the time. I challenge you to work hard to keep every current PTA an active PTA. This year, again, we don't want to lose another unit, period. In the long run, my time as president is short. 24 months is not very long. I fully understand, so I'm fully committed to making the most of my time. I truly want my time as president to be marked by the new ideas that we generate and the new relationships that we build. One of my favorite quotes is, the hardest thing about new ideas sometimes is moving old ideas out. National PTA will continue to expand effective STEM program, as well as the need for financial literacy in all children. I want to leave a strong PTA in footing marked by membership growth and even a stronger voice and a connection to all of our communities that are undeniable. As I head into my final year as president, I want you to remember that you are all ambassadors for PTA. As I've said before, I've been to 25 countries in this world. And one thing that I have learned during my travels is that the average person just wants love, security, and respect. That's it. If you provide that to people, you will own your membership and your PTA, our PTA, and you will thrive. At National PTA, when it comes to advocating for our children, let there be no doubt in 2014, 2015, we're all in, right? We're all in. With advocacy that moves power to action, we're all in. With great programs that really make a difference in the education of our children. We're all in with a motivated membership that represents the great diversity that is America. Are we all in? Okay. Let me hear you again. Are we all in? Okay. Thank you, and thank you all for what you do for our children.